What it was, what it do, it's your boy King M. I'm back again with another one. So today we here with a hot topic. I feel like I ain't did one of these in a little minute, but it's probably been a day or two. And I think that's just cause I do hot topics 2 or 3 times a day on a good day. But I've been slipping, I feel like, so yeah, here we go. These hot topics is for the day. First one, this is not. Oh yeah, a guy said this. He said, "This is not a landing spot. It's a takeoff spot." Talking about the treatment center, as in the recovery center, and I think that's a good topic. Um, Honestly, I never looked at it like that. This is not a landing spot. It's a takeoff spot because I feel like a lot of people come in these programs and they look at it like this is somewhere where they can just kind of like, in a sense, kind of like jail a little bit, where it's like you don't really have no responsibilities. All you gotta do is just eat, sleep, and get yourself together. Recuperate. But it's more than that. It's really like this is where you want to make it to where as though when you finish your time here, you acclimated back into the real world. You got a spot to live in. You got a consistent income. You stable. You're able to manage your own life without needing help from people. Like that's what I feel like that was really saying. I think that was a big deal because, like I said, I never looked at that like that. Like I never looked at the programs like that. I mean, I understand that we're not here forever. We here for a little while, and then we get back into the real world. But I never really necessarily took it like I need to make sure when I leave from right here that I am definitely in a better position than I was before I got here. That was always like, if I am, I am. If not, whatever. But in actuality, not. When I leave this place or any of these places, I need to be 2 steps ahead of where I was when I went in there. It doesn't make sense. It's like coming in, leaving worse than you came in. That's backwards. You feel me? Um, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Next one. Oh yeah, this one, life hack. This something that was in a movie, which I'm gonna get to this movie in a second because this shit just blew, like it blew my mind. Like it blew me so much. I'm gonna put that emoji with the smiley face and his top of his head blew off. Like, yeah, man, he just fucking, his mind is blown. Cause like Hollywood is just, them guys are crazy over there, man. So this thing with this charger, all right. So this movie is called Fall. It's about these 2 girls who go climb up this high ass, old ass cell phone tower, and they get stuck up there, and they basically end up falling off that motherfucker. That's what the movie basically about. But it's a whole hour and a half, so it's got a concept, and they get into their backstories and this, that, and the third, and come to find out the 2 girls, one was blonde and one was a brunette. The blonde haired girl was cruddy. She ended up fucking the other girl's uh, boyfriend at some point when they got split up. Like it was crazy. Like, and she ended up telling her because she thought they was going to die up there, which she ended up dying anyway. I can't remember if the other girl died or not, but yeah, watch it for yourself and you'll find out. Anyway, that movie, it was the same before they went up there. When they got in the town where the cell phone tower was at, their phones was about to die. And the blonde head, I'm gonna call her Blondie, she um basically showed a homegirl how to charge her phone using a lamp. Now, due to reasons I'm not explaining right now, I can't show you that myself. But I am gonna try that at some point after I get off here, probably tomorrow or something. Cause I want to know, does that work? You take the light bulb out, put your phone charger in there like you plugging it into the wall, and it's supposed to charge your phone. Like I said, this shit was in movies. I don't know if it's real or not. If anybody tried before I do, let me know. Did it work? I'm curious. Um, Now we're gonna get directly to this movie because that's the next hot topic. The movie Fall. And this is what I wrote. The movie, the part where blonde pulls black. I just said black because that's her hair color. I can't remember her name. I suck with names sometimes. Blondie pulled black up on the platform. So this part I'm talking about, when they got up to the top of it and they realized they was fucked basically, black. You know what I'm saying? She basically was, because they was trying to climb down. They didn't realize that the ladder part was basically, it was rigged to break. Like they wasn't making it back down on there, and they didn't know that. So she started going back down first. Mind you, they had the rope clamped too. They had the clamps, and then ropes was, tied to each other waist. And I was in JRTC when I was in high school, so I know a little bit. In this case, I know a little bit about rope knots and the how much weight like they go bear, like them ropes that they use for rock climbing and shit like that. Them ropes, I don't know what they made out of, but they are extra strong. To where as though we used to use them in JRTC, which is basically is junior army. If you take that class in high school, you don't gotta do basic training. Once you finish high school, you go straight to the service. No basic training. That's what JRTC is there for, pretty much. So they teach you all the little shit that you need to know before you really get into it. Anyway, um, so yeah, basically, Black start climbing down, and as she climbing down, the ladder break, and she falls straight off, like she's dead. But because of the rope hooked on to Blondie, she didn't fall. She just like in midair, she just kind of like boing boing boing, like the rope saved her. I don't know why it was so hard for me to say that, but the rope just saved her. And yeah, that was realistic. But this is where Hollywood stepped in at. And when I say Hollywood stepped in, I mean that's my way of saying this part was fake as shit. They didn't do a good job at making it look realistic at all. Like, Hollywood, you suck. So when I say Hollywood stepped in, y'all know that that's the cue for this part of the movie was completely phony as shit, and like we know that that's not real. Like in real life, that's not gonna happen. And what Hollywood stepped in at that shit was phony was when she fell and the rope caught her. No lie, Blondie was on top of the fucking platform. Nothing had her locked on. The only thing that kept her from falling with her was her bare hand and the metal pole that she grabbed onto like this. Like if my arm was the pole, she grabbed it like this. Mind you, this is metal. She don't have no powder, cause they use that chalk shit to give them grip. She ain't got none of that. All she got is sweat. And when you get nervous, you be sweating. Man, tell me why she grabbed a pole like this and was holding on for dear life and really like kept that girl up. Like she holding on to the pole. I'm trying to show y'all on the screen. It sucks. But yeah, she holding on to the pole like this, and the other part of her body, it's like that, like down, where as though she holding on to the pole, and now they ain't fall yet. So now that she got the pole, This what she do. She's able to, I don't know how the fuck, she's able to get herself around the pole completely. So now she got her whole body weight uh, 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 as resistance to keep her up there because the pole is kind of like keeping her locked in place a little bit. But that part was fake. Like, there's no way this low ass grip kept her from. Because let's see, Blondie was probably like 160, 170, and Black, the brunette hair, she was probably like 130. So all together, it was probably no more than 300 pounds. But I know for a fact she ain't strong. She's not that strong. Like it, the the numbers didn't add up. There's no way her little ass should be strong enough to hold both of them up, and that was fake to me. And yeah. Then she started pulling the girl up by her hands with, like I said, the rope. Y'all know how little, but it's the rope is really strong, but it's very thin. She got the rope like this. No friction burn. Her hands ain't sliding or nothing. Now you know this phony as shit. How is she pulling this girl up? You feel me? All, and I want to say manpower, but it's not a man. It's a fucking woman. So all female power. Phony Hollywood. You did it again. You suck. She really, you feel me? Like, come on, bro. Get out of here. Come on, son. Ed Lover. That's what I'm going to start saying. Come on, son. You know that shit ain't happening. You feel me? That was phony. And I think they actually showed, like, she lost her grip a little bit. And then you seen, like, the shit fucking her hands up. But she never was like, like she never did that. She just was like, it was like she was possessed. And like I said, I know when flight kicks in, people can do some supernatural shit, but if you see this scene and you watch this movie, you know this ain't one of them type of situations. Also, the brunette, the one that fell off, she was kind of like helping her, like when she was getting pulled up the pole, she was like I don't even know how she was able to do it, but somehow she was able to like help pull herself up. I can't remember how she was doing it, but yeah, she was. It wasn't like she was just pulling dead weight. No, it wasn't all dead weight. It wasn't that. But it still didn't. It didn't seem right. Like it was too much for her to be able to handle. Like that did this shit didn't. Yeah, I wasn't buying that. You feel me? Um. Next, hot topic is that movie too. Now this is self-explanatory. They're on an old cell phone tower, but it's no service. They at the top of the motherfucking tower and ain't got no cell phone service. They not underground. They're at the top of the tower. Free range, wide open space. How is it no service? Somebody explain that to me in the comments. I'm putting that in the caption. I want to know how the fuck they ain't get no service up there. That shit was fake as hell. I think it said out of range. Like, really? Like, nah, man. I'm not buying that. Come on, son. Yeah, Fall. I would get that movie. Um, how do I normally do it? I think I do 5 stars. Yeah, I do 5 stars. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. I'm gonna have to get that movie a 2.5. I'm gonna get that movie a 2.5 just because Hollywood showed up too much. Hollywood showed up too much, and it wasn't even like I think that was a a, a B-rated movie, a D-rated movie, I think, which means it wasn't in the theaters. It just came out, so that's why they get that too. You feel me? The actresses, I believe, was some show enough actresses, but I just couldn't buy it. And there was a lot of other shit that happened in that movie too, but I hadn't seen it in a while. Like when I watched it just recently, I didn't even watch the whole thing. Like cause we left the building before the movie was over. But I remember watching it, and I remember the friend dying after she told what she did. And yeah, that shit was just crazy. Like, and to give y'all a little bit of a better kind of description of what type tipped the movie on, the same director that made the movie Frozen about the people that was on the ski slope resort, and they basically got stuck on that motherfucker, and they had to wait for the whole weekend, I think, to get rescued, or they was gonna freeze to death up there. They made that. And I think they the same ones that made the movie where the people was stuck in the water and it was real deep down. Like this director got this thing about putting people in these bizarre ass situations that's like never really gonna ever happen. But if it did happen, that's what you would think would happen, type of deal. You feel me? Very weird to me. Like what you want? You want to be in a life or death situation for real? I don't know, but yeah, that shit crazy. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Make sure you tell a friend and tell that friend to tell a friend. Until the next time, I'm out.